Today, let's take a walk through Nehemiah 2. And let's start at verse 3. It says, and this is Nehemiah speaking, and said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad when the city, the place of my father's sepulchre, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Then the king said unto me, for what dost thou make request? So I prayed to God of heaven. I love that. Before he opened his mouth to talk, to answer the king, he prayed to God for directions. That's something that sometimes we need to do a little bit more of. It says, and I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, unto the city of my father's sepulchre, that I may build it. And the king said unto me, the queen also sitting by him, for how long shall thy journey be, and when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. I want to drop all the way down. You can read the rest of it yourself, but I want to drop down to verse 9. It says, then I came to the governors beyond the river and gave them the king's letter. Now the king had sent captains of the army and horsemen with me. When Sanballat, the Haronite, and Tobiah, the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. Now I want to drop all the way down and drop down with me to verse 18. It says, then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me. So he's talking to the children of Israel, to the different parts, different people of the children of Israel. It says, then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me. And I love that. My God was good upon me, as also the king's word that he had spoken unto me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. And verse 19 says, but when Sanballat, the Haronite, and Tobiah, the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem, the Arabian, heard of it, they laughed us to scorn and despised us and said, what is this thing that ye do? Will ye rebel against the king? Now, they already knew that the king had given his permission. They already knew that everything was well. But sometimes when God says rebuild, whatever that is that he's telling you to rebuild, you're going to come against opposition. You're going to come against people who will laugh at you, who will tell you it can't happen, it won't happen. But if God says yes, nobody can say no. And so we have to trust that if he sends us on an errand, if he commissions a work through our hands, if he gives us an assignment, we have to trust him and do that rebuilding, whatever that is that he puts in our hand, and not listen to naysayers, because they're going to come. Opposition is coming. Anytime God has a work for your hands, opposition is coming. And so we have to be like Nehemiah. Not only do we have to, one thing he did was he didn't tell everybody, and he didn't say what he needed to do until he needed the work to be done. And so we have to be careful about sharing a vision that God gives us with any and everybody. And we have to be careful about becoming discouraged when people try to um, tell us what we can't do and what's not going to be. And we have to move forward just like he did. I love what the people did. It said, and they strengthened their hands for the work. I'm not going to tell you what takes place. I'm not going to tell you if they finally rebuilt the city. I'm not going to tell you anything because I want you to read and find out for yourself. Thank you for joining me this morning. Go and read Nehemiah 2. It is a good word of encouragement for those of us who God has sent us out to do a work for Him. I'll see you next time. Always remember that we are blessed to be a blessing to someone else.